And on this night of his life, at the age of 28, not having fought, as you see, in 488 days, Frank Bruno exits his dressing room and makes his way toward the ring. As he appears before this crowd, you will hear the cheers of more than 2,000 Englishmen who purchased tickets under the auspices of English promoter Jarvis Astaire, the man who had the original deal to host this fight in Wembley Stadium and who have flown here to root for their man. Some think for only a brief period of time.
I can hardly think of an American athlete who would get that kind of loyal following. But one of the interesting things about that loyal following is that many of them are betting against Tyson in some of the most, against Bruno, in some of the most curious betting I've ever seen. There's virtually no betting on who will win the fight. It's all on when the fight will end. And it's even money to end by the third round. And many Britishers are betting against him.
And this despite the fact that on the two occasions when he has been knocked out, it was in the 10th round against Bone Crusher Smith and the 11th round against Tim Witherspoon.
Of course, everybody remembers the last fight, which was 91 seconds.
And there comes the Gladiator. 242 days, 242 monumentally eventful days have passed in his life since the 91-second destruction of Michael Spinks. And Tyson dispenses with the towel with the hole in the middle of it and comes toward the ring in his typical fashion, already in a full frothing sweat and ready to go.
According to some financial records that were released in some court actions, he spent almost $200,000 on clothes last year, but obviously none of them on sweat socks or robes.
This is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing, in the blue corner, fighting out of London, England, weighing in at 228 pounds, or 16 stone 4 pounds, with a professional record of 32 wins, 2 defeats, with 31 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, he is rated #1 in the world by the WBC. He is the challenger, Frank Bruno. And in the red corner, from Catskill, New York, weighing 15 stone 8 pounds, or 218 pounds, he is undefeated in his professional career, 35 wins, 31 KOs. He is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
Okay, listen. I gave both fighters their instructions in the dressing room. I'm cautioning you again. Obey my commands at all times. Is there any questions? Shake hands. Good luck.
This will not be the first time that Mike Tyson and Frank Bruno have faced each other in a boxing ring. When Tyson was 16 years old and Bruno was in this country to fight a boxer named Mike Jameson, they sparred.
The menacing Mike Tyson then in the black shorts against Britain's Frank Bruno. 12 rounds of boxing to decide the destination of the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Big left hook there from Tyson. Bruno hits the floor from a right to the head. Well, referee Richard Steele here giving Frank Bruno the mandatory 8 count. Tyson waits menacingly in the neutral corner. Action continues then in round 1. And Mike Tyson absolutely marauding all over Bruno here in this opening session. Bruno, 28 years of age, 6 years older than Mike Tyson. A bit of holding and hitting there from Bruno, but takes a good left hook from Tyson on the inside. Well, referee Steele there warning Bruno once again for holding. And let's face it, who can blame him? Uppercut left hook there from Bruno, good punches. And the left elbow there from Tyson, undefeated in 36 professional fights, 32 wins inside the limit. Enormous crowd here at the Hilton in Las Vegas. Second time there that Richard Steele has warned Bruno for holding behind the head. And he does it again straight away. And this is Bruno's big opportunity. A former European champion, never fought for the British title. Again, walks through a left hook there from Tyson. Tyson looking disorganised. Well, still they're warning Bruno once again. He cannot hold persistently. And Frank Bruno now bleeding from the nose. Well, 1 point here being taken away from Bruno. Very, very hasty action there from referee Steele. Bruno loses a point then in the first round, and he can ill afford that.
Don't hit him hold, Frank. Let him go.
A lovely uppercut on the inside there from Tyson. Oh, lovely left hook there from Bruno. Cracking punch. Punch of the fight so far. Landed by the Englishman. Well, the follow-up here just missing by millimetres here from Bruno. Tyson, though, survives that lovely left hook. And Bruno really lands another one. Terrific effort here from Frank Bruno. Mike Tyson, well, slightly less ambitious now. And there's not a great deal left in this opening session, and it's been a hectic round this for both men. Pace has been a bit too hot for Bruno, really. And again, that left elbow there from Tyson. He really is trying to land that. That's no accident. So a bit of replay there for the opening session. And this was Tyson. Lovely right hand there. Good booming right hook there. And Bruno was all at sea. This was in the first 10 seconds, in fact. And then he hit the floor. And there's the same punch. And Bruno did a bit of a limbo dance there. And then got caught very high on the head. Slipped over. And this was the Bruno left hook. Here we go, the round two, 12 rounds of boxing to decide the WBC, WBA and IBF heavyweight championships of the world, all held by Mike Tyson, making the 9th defence overall of his championships, the 6th defence of the Undisputed Championship and the 8th defence of the WBC and WBA. And Tyson coming off some very impressive wins, as is Frank Bruno. Bruno, 32 wins, 2 defeats so far, 28 years of age, from Hammersmith in West London. Mike Tyson, born in the Catskills, but now living in Phoenix, Arizona. And it was a bit of a struggle for these two in the first session. Bruno, they're landing a lovely left hook to the body. And he looks very composed, Frank. Tyson trying to bob underneath those long arms of his and rip away with these short, menacing hooks.
Come on, punch it out of there. Great. Step back, step back, step back.
As you can see, Bruno giving away 3 inches in height. And a fair lump in weight as well. I've got to say, we've seen Bruno in much more destructive form than this in previous contests. The way he destroyed Trevor Berbick in a couple of rounds was quite emphatic. The way he beat Michael Spinks, of course, was even more emphatic. And struggling really to find the range here against Bruno. Both men have been out of action for quite some time. So the undefeated Mike Tyson then looking to hang on to his titles. They mean a great deal to him. And again, that left elbow coming in from Tyson, and that's no accident. Don't forget, Bruno had a point deducted in the first round by referee Richard Steele for persistent holding. He also got decked, so lost the first round by a 2-point margin. Well, hooking off the jab there, Bruno. That's something he doesn't do very often. Well trained by Terry Lawless and George Francis.
Break, step back, step back. Let go, let go, let go.
Mike Tyson trained by John Horn and Jay Bright.
Come on, work it, get out.
And I've got a feeling that inactivity has done Tyson an awful lot more harm than Bruno. Nice left hook there again from Frank Bruno. Not having a bad round here, Frank. Oh, a lovely right hand there from Mike Tyson, followed by a big wide left hook from Tyson. And Bruno once again in a bit of bother here. But hangs on. Referee still doesn't want him to. And that's a cracking round for Tyson at the finish. But Bruno had his moments.
Champ, 772. Your grease tail. 772 is to come inside. And throw those punches with bad intentions, mean.
Now use your left hand to get in. Don't lay on the outside. Close that gap, right? Get in the inside. That left jab, right? Use that left jab to get you in there. Side to side, right? Don't lay still.
Whack with that right when he comes. And let's hook him underneath like he did, okay? Frank, now get yourself together now. You can do it, okay? I'm telling you. Come on. He took his best shots, now come on.
Going to replay then for round 2. And Frank Black there, by the way, administering the water bottle, the old wash and brush up. Well, that was a bit low. Big wide left hook from Tyson. Here we go then, round 3. And Mike Tyson, the youngest world champion ever at heavyweight, 21 years of age when he won the championship. Following, by the way, in the footsteps of a man handled by the same people, Jim Jacobs from Castamato, Floyd Patterson, who was, of course, the youngest heavyweight champion of all time until Tyson took over. Round 3, Tyson looks like he's won the first couple of rounds. The first round, of course, by 2 points. The second, by a point, but not a bad round at all for Bruno.
Punch it inside and get out. Punch it, get out.
And George Francis, as you heard in the corner there, told Bruno to use that left hook to the body. And a lovely, beautiful siding uppercut there from Tyson. Moved in, dropped the shoulder, bang up it went. Oh, thumping right to the body from Tyson as well. Well, this is not exactly the most pristine boxing match you'll ever see, but it's a lot of hard work from these two. And they're both looking for the takeout punch with everything they throw.
Come on, let's go. Work and get out. Work and get out. Break, stop out, stop.
No one anticipates this one going the full route. And they both have the power to do each other a lot of damage. Nice right there again from Tyson. Trying to get Bruno floored in the opener, but landed a couple of lovely left hooks
Let him go, Mike. Let him go.
before Tyson came back at him.
Break, stop that, stop that. Come on, punch it, get out. Don't hold him, Frank.
And the reason that Frank Bruno is holding so much is trying to negate the inside work that Tyson's renowned for, and hoping that this will do it. I prefer to see him just get a bit of distance and use the jab there to keep Tyson off, rather than hug close to him. And Bruno simply can't match Tyson for speed. But he's having a real go. And Tyson, so dangerous when he lets those hooks fly.
You're holding, you're holding. All right, break, step back, Mike.
Oh, big thumping right there again from Tyson, followed by a sloppy left hook.
Step back, let him go, let him go.
And Bruno taking everything very well at the moment. Maybe got a bit of a shock in the first round when he was decked. It's one thing, of course, thinking about a fight. It's quite another taking part in it.
All right, break, step back.
Bruno's come here to Vegas to win. This, of course, the gambling capital of the world, and a couple of good digs there to the body from Bruno.
Come on, work and get out there, work and get out. Work. Mike, watch yourself.
A bit of anti-Tyson feeling in the crowd.
Doing good, Ike. Got to work his gut more. That right hand up under there. All right? Got his mouth. Yeah. All right? You got to work his body a little bit more. Then set it up to the head. them body shots, baby. You got to use a lot of them sevens. A lot of sevens.
You must slip and hit, Michael. Don't walk straight in. That's what he's waiting for.
Finish him off.
Use
right hand, left hook, right hand, left hook, right hand, left hook. All right. Come on. Gotta use a lot of sevens to get in there. Stay inside. All right? Stay inside. Be mean in the inside. Start digging them body shots.
Don't look for the big bomb. Okay. Put it together.
Round 4 then, and Mike Tyson looks like he's won the first 3, and I've got to say that corner, they really have got a language all of their own in the Tyson corner, as Tyson has another right. I don't know what he means by use the sevens, but they obviously have some kind of code. Right hand, left hook they're looking for here from Tyson, and that's a lovely jab there from Tyson. One of the very few, in fact, he's landed so far in this fight, and I've always said stick to the basics, it's what will reap rewards for you. Straight left, or jab as they like to call it, right cross and left hook. That's all you need.
Come on, punch it out, punch it out. Let's go, Frank. Let's go, let's go.
Well, Tyson's as guilty here of making Bruno look bad holding, because he's leaning on very, very close on the inside. Neither man prepared to take a backward step and expose themselves as they do. Well, we almost saw the Tyson of old there, just bobbing his way in, but the bob was missing. It was almost a straight line, in fact.
Step back, step back.
Well, the chance of Bruno from the 2,000 or so British supporters start to ring out, and that's a lovely hook off the jab again from Frank Bruno. But once again, he just can't keep Tyson at bay.
Step back, don't hold it on. Break, step back. Step back, step back.
And I've got to say, Richard Steele's worked very hard here tonight. Oh, and well, once again, Tyson very ambitious there, the leading uppercut. Very hard punch to land. And Frank Bruno now is intent really on preventing Tyson from working instead of working himself. And that's a bit of a shame. That's going to let him down. Double jab, Bruno, that will help your cause.
Get the arms back, pull them back. Come on, Mike, pull your arms back and punch it out. Let's go, Frank.
And as you can hear, Richard Steele is really coaching these two men.
All right, break.
And of course, it comes to such a point, you've got to get involved physically and separate them. They don't listen to you, but they're big lads, these two. Nice hook off the jab there for Mike Tyson.
Punching it out. Break, step back, keep it up. Keep it clean, keep it clean. Step back. Don't hold him, Mike. Let him go. Come on. And I said, break. Break on a command.
Well, once again, Tyson trying that left uppercut on the inside. And Bruno looks about worn out now. Another round for Tyson. Tyson's corner there going over, remonstrating with referee Steele about Bruno's holding.
Them sevens to get you in the inside, Mike. Don't sit. All right? You throw your right hand, you're falling in on it. You're hurting, but you're falling in. Throw that right hand, twist it that way. All right? Doing good.
And Tyson, by the way, is a real student of the sport. There's nothing this corner can tell him. Well, left hook off the jab, which is what Bruno has been using in the previous round, and quite well.
Come on, let's have it.
Into round 5 then of the scheduled 12 rounds to decide, as I say, the destination of the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Mike Tyson, the defending champion, taking on the Englishman, Frank Bruno.
All right, break, step back. Let him go.
And Bruno really has gone into his shell somewhat in the last couple of rounds, and Tyson beginning to get a bit more ambitious.
Working it out.
So the signs are not looking good here for Bruno. He needs to work. You heard Terry Lawless in the corner say, you just got to keep throwing punches, Frank.
All right, break. Step back. Don't hold him, Frank. Don't hold him. Get your arm back, Frank. Get your arm back. Where'd they get out of there? Let's go, you guys.
And once again, a real tangle here on the inside as referee Steele separates them once more. Oh, sharp right hook there from Bruno, but no body behind it.
Stop back. Last warning.
Well, absolutely. It's got to be the last warning, really. He's warned him several times in every round we've had so far, and Bruno is still hanging on.
Want to get out. Get right. Step back.
Oh, a lovely left hook there from Tyson. And Bruno now needs to take care of himself here. Tyson unloading with both hands. Oh, a thumping right there from Tyson as well. And Bruno in all sorts of other now. He needs to start throwing punches back, and for the first time in the fight, needs to hang on, and does so. Oh, what a cruncher that was. And Tyson has now got Bruno in his sights here in round 5. Beautiful uppercut there from Bruno. Too little, too late. And Bruno needs to grit his teeth now, get those hands up, and work. Left hook under the elbow there from Tyson. And Bruno still looking very uncomfortable as once again the punches lash against his skull. And a beautiful uppercut there from Tyson. And Bruno in big trouble now. It's all over. Referee Richard Steele dives between the pair of them. Terry Lawless was on the ring apron with a towel ready to throw it in. Unnecessary. Tyson, a 5th round stoppage winner, to defend his undisputed heavyweight championships of the world, still 22 years of age. And Frank Bruno, well, that's his world title dream shattered in 5 rounds.
Outstanding. The whole thing was well done.
Thank you.
Look at I mean it, man. That's one of the best jobs.
Thank you.
Well, the judges weren't needed. They were Jerry Roth, Omar Minton and Rodolfo Maldonado, and they were not required at all, as referee Richard Steele dived between them and prevented Bruno from taking any further unnecessary punishment. So let's just re-examine those last few destructive seconds here of round 5. Mike Tyson really is letting go with that right hook. And Bruno takes a big thumping punch to the head there. And once again, I've got to say, Tyson has got no compunction whatsoever about following up with the elbow, as you saw there, if the left hook misses. And that was a beautiful punch there from Tyson. He started with a jab, switched to a hook. Very hard to do, by the way. And Bruno doesn't quite know what to do at this stage. He doesn't know where the next punch is coming from. So an overhead camera view now. That's a lovely right smack on the chin. Bruno took it well, but the uppercuts came flying in, and once again the elbow followed behind very, very closely. And Bruno can't get a punch in and can't prevent the ones coming at him from landing. And Tyson there put his whole body behind that left hook. Bruno bleeding quite badly from the nose now. The former European champion is under extreme pressure in the 5th round. Tyson having a fantastic spell. He knows he's about to win. This was the final combination. Right to the body, right uppercut. Teed him up the left hand, then another right uppercut, followed by a big left hook to the head. And Richard Steele braved the volley of punches here from Tyson to get in to stop them. And once again, another angle here at the final flourish from Mike Tyson. A chance for a nice close-up view here. Beautiful right to the body there, right uppercut to the chin. What kept Bruno's mouthpiece in, I'll never know. And he was all at sea at this stage, and Terry Lawless was up on the ringside apron there, waving the towel as referee Steele stepped between them. Chance now from the right-hand angle, and you saw Tyson there landing some beautiful punches.
He once offended some members of the boxing press when he said, after knocking out Jesse Ferguson with a similar shot, that his objective was to drive the nose bone up into the brain.
Mike, another one on your belt, another notch. Was this harder than you anticipated?
No, not at all, because I knew that he was going to come up. He was talking, and the way he was talking, I knew he was hyped. He was ready to go. And I knew I was the best fighter in the world. And I wasn't worried about it.
20 seconds into the fight, though, you've got him on the canvas. Do you think what's going on here, it's all over?
No, I knew he wasn't hurt. Thank you, friend. God bless you.
Good guy, Bruno.
I knew he wasn't hurt as bad as everybody thought him was, but I didn't hit him with a solid shot.
What did you hit him with?
I think it was the right hand, somewhat grazing.
Yeah, and then you hit him on top of the head and he went down. Were you then surprised that he came back and he seemed to hit you with a pretty good left in that round?
He got up. He meant business. I said, oh, man.
But did that left hand shake you momentarily that he hit you within that round?
He was throwing a great deal of hard punches, but I refused to go down. They didn't even faze me.
After that round, it seemed that you had established that you were the guy, and now he was just there to hold on. Was that how it seemed to you in the ring?
Absolutely. But still, he was sneaking some very hard punches in between there.
So he was stronger than some people gave him credit for.
Absolutely. Well, you have to think, when fighters come to fight the heavyweight champ of the world, like Ali, they automatically become better fighters.
What happened in the fifth round that you saw? You knew that he was weakened enough after the fourth round that it was just a matter of time?
Well, absolutely. I knew I was going to get him.
All right. Memories of Bone Crusher Smith passed through my mind. A guy who hugged you for 12 rounds.
Well, no, I knew he wasn't about to hug me for 12 rounds because he was trying to impress his Englishmen out here. And I'm just convinced, you know what I mean? These fellas, how dare them challenge me with their somewhat primitive skills. They're just as good as dead.
So that, in effect, though, didn't this show how much you have improved since Bone Crusher Smith, that you could chop him down the way you did?
Well, eventually, we have 12 rounds. Hopefully, I wish there were 15 rounds, but the rules prevail for them to be 12, and we have to live by the rules. And I wasn't worried at all.
So many months you haven't been in the ring. How does it feel to have finally got in here and do what you say you do best?
It felt great. Being here and the people scream and yell, the people scream for him, it's motivating me more.
What can you tell me what? Can you tell me what plans you have now, Mike?
Well, at this particular time, right now, I'm just going to go home and watch a movie called Lean on Me.
Don King, can you tell us, do you have any fights planned and with whom?
I'm going to go with him to watch Lean on Me. And after we watch that, he's going to be talking about it at the post-fight press conference. We'll be talking about guys like Jose Luis Rebalta or Carl Williams, somebody, because he wanted to get back in the ring again in May.
So you're saying there's nothing actually planned now, but you are thinking about several different options.
New York!
We're planning several different options, but we will be fighting in May.
Thank you very much, Don. Thank you very much, Mike.
The future of Mike Tyson in the heavyweight division. There is talk of a mandatory defense against Carl "The Truth" Williams. Not many believe that The Truth would be indelible against Tyson's own particular Truth. There is talk of taking him to Rio de Janeiro to fight a Jose Rebalta. There's anticipation about the ultimate arrival as a full-fledged heavyweight, former cruiserweight champion, Evander Holyfield. Do you see anyone on the horizon who could give Mike a legitimate run for his money?
Not really. I think for Mike Tyson, it's unfortunate in the heavyweight division, there's no one that is qualified to do away with Mike Tyson. They're talking about Evander Holyfield. That's too premature.
Evander Holyfield, of course, like Michael Spinks, is someone who would have to get a little heavier. He's in the process of doing that right now, and has proven himself to be an effective fighter as a heavyweight, if not yet a heavy knockout puncher.
Well, he's going to get stronger quite naturally because of their program. But I think we have to see what's going to happen with Michael Dokes and Evander Holyfield. So I'm looking forward to that fight to see the results and his performance, and with a heavyweight, a legitimate heavyweight.
Mike's entire history, talking about Tyson, and a lot of his eminence was built on a schedule that had him fighting at first twice a month, ultimately once every 2 months as heavyweight champion. Could you see him continuing to be as effective as he was tonight, fighting, say, once every 8 months, once every 10 months, once every 6 months?
You know, because Mike Tyson enjoys doing what he's in the ring. He's enjoyed fighting. I'd see Mike Tyson fight like once every 6 months or once every 8 months.
All right, Ray, having returned now from the ring wars and back in his position is Larry Merchant. Larry, we've talked a little bit about what happened tonight. Mike's apparent no loss of effectiveness after 8 months away from the ring, the future and the outlook for possible opponents for him. How do you sum up what you saw?
Well, it's not as easy as some people thought it would be after seeing him beat a big light heavyweight in Michael Spinks. If you go in there against a big professional fighter, he can manage to extend it a while, and in its own way, this kind of demolition may even be more impressive than what he did against Michael Spinks.
Okay, guys, would you stop the pictures right now? Let's get the news companies on. We'll stay for pictures to give you any shots you want. How did it affect you?
Well, can I tell you something? I was in good shape, but I could have trained longer. I could have had more time to train, but you know, I mean, the last thing I could have done was say I need more time. You know, I mean, it was too late. I had to deal with what I had and do the best of what I had to do it with. But I could have used a little more time to train, psychological that is. Well, he hit me with some hard punches, but I refused to get hurt. You know, I mean, we're in the hurt business. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let a little punch. Well, after the first round, I saw he was game. He got up. I knew he was hurt. And I saw the Englishman was pumping him up and his pride was up. And I said, well, this looked like it could be a long fight. But as the fight was going on, I knew that I was going to break him. I could see it happen slowly. Well, yeah, you know what I mean? It's difficult for me to rate myself. You know what I mean? I feel I could, you know what I mean? I feel I could do, that wasn't any Mike Tyson of vintage by any chance. But still in all, you know what I mean, I was in there, and I was, right now, at this point in my life, even at this performance, I still believe I could beat anybody in the world.
Did you feel that you were at your sharpness, though? I mean, did the layoff effect?
I just answered that question. The layoff had a little effect, but I don't want to make any excuses. Like I said, I could have trained longer. I could have had more time to train, but you know what I mean, I deal with the best I had.
How about taking on 40 pounds? Did that have an effect?
Yeah, it had a great deal, but like I said, you know, you can't make any excuses. You know, it's my fault that I got up there, so like I said, I had to deal with it. Excuse me?
How did you rate Bruno?
He was very high. You know, he came to fight, and I expected a tough fight.
Out of all your opponents, how would you rate Bruno?
You know, it was very difficult. You know, I mean, I don't know. It was a very difficult fight. He came to fight. As far as rating opponents, you know, I mean, I don't rate it. You know, I'm just glad to win and go home. Well, you know, he hit me with some hard punches, but like I said, you know, I mean, that's part of the game. It's a hurt business. You gotta bring ass to get ass. Excuse me? Well, I was a little anxious. I wanted to take him out, and then as I saw that he came to fight, I said I was prepared for it to be a long fight. But like I said, during the third round, from the third round on, I knew I was going to break him. I could see him breaking very slowly. Yeah, tomorrow, starting tomorrow. I plan on fighting every 2 months or 8 weeks if I can. Like I said, you know what I mean? I have competent officials in my corner, you know, cornermen. I was happy, and like I said, I got to go out there, I got to fight, and like I said, I basically know what to do. You know what I mean? I know what to do. When someone in there throwing punches at you, you know what I mean? It really doesn't matter who's in your corner. You just know you have to defend yourself. Say that once more? Well, you know, he was very strong, you know, it was funny that I couldn't get out of it, you know what I mean? I was trying to get out, and he was holding my head, and it felt like my head was coming off. He was pulling my head so hard. And it hurt my neck. Huh? I knew that he was going to be tough, because I knew that he read the papers, and he was so psyched out, and as he said, this is a peak time to beat Mike Tyson, and I knew he had that in his mind. I knew he was serious to fight. I knew he came to fight. And I knew by him coming to fight, I knew eventually I would catch him. I knew he would run into something.
Did he hit you harder than any heavyweights hit you so far?
Well, he hit me pretty hard, yeah.
Harder than Tucker?
Huh? Well, yeah, that was the hardest punch. He hit me harder than Tucker.
Mike, did becoming a Christian help you at all?
Well, you know, that always helped me. You know, I threw Jesus Christ, my Lord, my Savior, right in front of me. He's my sword and my buckle. And he fights for me.
Amen. Amen.
I don't know, maybe Jose Revolta. I mean, we're looking forward to him fighting next.
You heard the champion say it. I work for him. If it's Jose Luis Revolta, then lean on me. Jack, we're going to see lean on me, and we get ready for Jose Luis Revolta.
Perhaps I would love to go, perhaps Brazil and Italy, you know, and Saudi Arabia and Africa. Those are the ones that the main ones that we have in mind.
And Brunei.
And Brunei?
That's the one that's Sultan. Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that was Saudi Arabia.
No, it's different.
Yeah.
Brunei is different from Saudi Arabia. Brunei, the Sultan. We want to fight for the Sultan. The Sultan of Brunei.
I don't. Hey, can I tell you something? I tell you right now, for you to answer that question, you know what I mean? You know, it sounds egotistical. I don't care what you say, but it's a fact. You know what I mean? How dare them even to challenge me, these fighters? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? With their primitive boxing skills. You know what I mean? They're as good as dead.
Mac, baby.
Mike, talk about primitive boxing skills. I guess for sometimes in the fight when you were just walking without running that's not usually how you used to fight. Or more, what do you see?
All right. So what? I made mistakes. I came in after 6 months, taking off 40 pounds. You know what I mean? If you really want to make excuses, you know what I mean? Got hit with hard punches, came back. Well, let's see what happens next time. That's my first comeback fight. There'll be other ones. And then, like I say, about you say primitive stuff, nobody could beat me. Holyfield, Williams, you bring them all. If I was them, their best bet to do, they should have just came to the fight with their note and pad and take lessons. Excuse me? Well, if you didn't know, the punch that set him up when he first got on the rope, I hit him with a left hook to the body, and I heard him grunt, and that was the punch that slowed him down. He didn't punch back after that, and that's when I finished with the combination. They were calm, more relaxed than I thought they were. You know, like, coming into the dressing room, I said, "Oh my God, I hope they don't start yelling it." But you know, they're very composed. You know what I mean? I didn't expect them to be that composed. They surprised me even. Yeah, Taylor Smith.
Mike, with all what's gone on this past 8 months in your life, was there any doubts in your mind about this fight going in? I mean, forgetting the opponent, just thinking about yourself.
No way.
There's never any doubts in my mind because I'm the best in the world. Even though a lot of you don't like to hear it, it's facts. I'm the best. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't want to believe it myself, but it's the truth. I'm the best.
And we fight on HBO, the network of champions.
Like you said, I was kind of a little bit excited, and I wanted to get the fight over with. You know what I mean? But as the fight progressed, I slowed down a little, and I made my punches count. Well, he would have said punch to the body. You know what I mean? He would have said punch to the body more and did much. Well, they told me to punch to the body more too. It's just at the particular time, I just didn't do it. I was a little stubborn, and I tried to do it my way, which was successful, but it could have been more better. You know what I mean? I perform better when I listen, though. That's true. The 54-second record. All right. Hey, you know what I mean? There's a lot more. Hopefully, knock on wood, there's a couple more years to go. I'm not looking for no knockouts. I'm just looking to win. You know what I mean? And make your guys write some nice stuff about me.